Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Myself Harish, and I will be handling chemistry for you this year. And first of all, I would like to congratulate for you all to offer opting science as your combination. And science is one of the most important and interesting combination to study. So why science is more important and more interesting? It is because in science we will be dealing with our surrounding things itself, and also we'll be dealing with our daily activities itself. And we have generally two combinations in science. One is PCMB and one more is PCMC. Clear? So one is physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology, and one more is physics, chemistry, mathematics, and computer science. Clear? So in both the combination, chemistry is there. So it means that chemistry plays a very vital role in science as a combination. Why chemistry is so important? Why chemistry plays a major role in this combination? It is because chemistry is as that of science. Chemistry plays a very important role in our day-to-day life activities also. For example, our human body is consists of chemicals, and whatever the activities that you do, the food you intake, and it will get digested, that's also a chemical reaction. And the air you breathe, you inspire and expire. Clear? So that's also a chemical reaction. And also, if you just even sit idle, if you're just even sleeping, there will be huge number of chemical reactions that are taking place in our body. Clear? So chemistry, you get, after studying chemistry, you get answers for a number of unanswered questions that are being taken place in our day-to-day life and in our surrounding environment itself. And the next question is, why have you opted science? Why have you chosen science as a combination? It is because you will be having some of you will be having clear view regarding the future plans. Clear? So science has wide range of career opportunities. Why we are studying, why we are working hard for this combination? It is because we have a definite plans for our future. We want our future to be in the safer hands. For that, we have taken science. Although we all know that there is huge amount of competition in science. Although we have taken science means because of its wide range of qualitative career opportunities. Now let us look at the career opportunities of science. Yes, coming to the career opportunities, the first and foremost career of science is MBBS. It's a costly word. That means being a doctor is a dream for many of you. Being a doctor, making her son or daughter as a doctor is a dream for many of the parents. See, for in order to achieve that dream, getting science in second period, that is science in POC, is a stepping stone for this. And this is MBBS, and you can even do BAMS also. This is regarding Ayurvedic medical sciences. And also you can even go for Unani and homeopathy also. They are also considered as doctors itself. Clear? And the second one is engineering, bachelor of engineering, and we will have a huge number of branches in engineering, but we know only little, but we have huge number. Now you don't need to worry about those things, and you just know that engineering is a very good career opportunity. And in engineering you can even do the bachelor of architecture. It has a huge scope, bachelor of architecture. And the next one is BSc. That means it's a 3 year course. That means the upgraded or the updated level of second PUC. In second PUC, you'll be studying 4 subjects in science: physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, or computer science. But in case of BSc, that 4 will be reduced to 3. That means the focus is increased. Clear? So this is a 3 year course. And later, after BSc, you can do MSc, Master of Science. That means in here this is a 2 year course, MSc, and here you will be focusing only on one subject, and you'll go deeper and deeper, and you'll be having complete information regarding that, and you can even do PhD, and you can get a doctorate after doing MSc. Clear? And next one is BCA, Bachelor of Computer Application. This is something regarded to the technical field. Clear? Engineering or BCA, MCA can do. After BCA can do MCA. Clear? This is regarding the computer bachelor and masters of computer applications. And the next course is B Pharma and M Pharma. Clear? See, this is one of top growing field in India, that is B Pharma and M Pharma. Why it is so? Because the situation is like that. You can live without food, but you can't live without medicines. Clear? So each and every house consists of one or more patients whose medicines are like daily dosages. Clear? You can skip food, but you can't skip medicine. So it is one of the top priority field now, which is growing rapidly in India. Yeah. So you have n number of career opportunities after science and some government sector jobs. Government sector jobs, some are reserved only for science students. Reserved for science students. Clear? So, for example, regarding an Indian Army and Navy, also in fire engine posts, also some of the jobs are reserved only for science students, and also in pharmacy, medical industry, analytical chemistry, that is only focused on chemistry students as well. And this pharmacy, B Pharma and M Pharma, it is much focused only on chemistry itself, because chemistry deals with the medicines. Yeah. So these are, we have a huge number of career opportunities also, but to be on the surface level, you have this and have a perfect goal, perfect plan for 2 years, and then you can go for anyone out of this field. Clear? So now let us focus on the maximum marks allotted for chemistry. So according to Karnataka PU board, chemistry is allotted for 100 marks. 100 marks. Clear? Out of this, 70 marks is for theory part, and the rest 30 marks is for practical class. Clear? So for this 70 marks, you will be studying 14 chapters. 14 chapters. Okay. Totally there will be for 105 marks. Out of that, you need to answer for 70 marks. Rest are the options. Okay. Now let us study regarding that the marks distribution and the blueprint of the first year PUC Chemistry Karnataka Board syllabus. Yes, students, this is regarding the marks distribution, the marks allotment for each and every chapter for first year PUC chemistry, and the subject chemistry is further divided into 3 parts. That is, one is physical chemistry, one more is inorganic chemistry, and one more is organic chemistry. Clear? And in physical chemistry, we will be having 5 chapters to study, and in case of inorganic chemistry, we have 6 chapters. And in organic, we have 3 chapters. In organic chemistry, we will be dealing with the carbon and its compounds. Clear? So, coming to the first chapter, in physical, it is some basic concepts of chemistry. The weightage of the chapter is 8 marks, and 1 mark there will be 1 question. And in case of 2 marks, there will be 8 questions asked, and you will have to answer only 5 questions. Clear? And in case of 3 marks, there will be 8 questions, but you have to answer only 5 out of them. And in case of 5 marks, there will be 11 questions, and you need to answer 7 out of them. Clear? So from these 8 marks, there will be 1 question from 1 marks, 1 question from 2 marks, and 1 question from 5 marks. Totally, there is 8 marks weightage for first chapter. And come to the second one, structure of atom. We will be dealing with the atoms, the discovery of protons, neutrons, electrons. And this complete chapter is regarding, you will get the complete information regarding the atoms, and the weightage of that is 9 marks. And 5 marks, there will be 2 questions. 5 marks, do not ask 5 marks directly. That 5 marks can be split into 4 plus 1 or 3 plus 2. Clear? So all these 5 marks also same thing. They can be split up into 3 plus 2 or 4 plus 1 as questions. And third chapter is classification of elements and periodicity properties. This comes under inorganic chemistry, don't be confused. And the weightage is only 4 marks. That means 3 marks on question and 1 mark on question. And the fourth chapter is chemical bonding. It is a very, very important chapter. It's a very big chapter in first PUC. And the weightage is 11 marks. In that, There will be 3 questions from 3 marks and 1 question from 2 marks. And the fifth one is the states of matter. In first year PUC, you will be studying regarding gases and liquids. Generally, there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases, as per our syllabus. And in first PUC, you will be studying regarding gases and liquids. And whereas in second PUC, there is a complete chapter based on the solid states. Yeah. So the weightage of that is 8 marks. There will be 5 marks of question, 2 mark, and 1 mark of 1 question. Yeah. So 5 marks can be split up as 3 plus 2 and 4 plus 1. And then the sixth one, thermodynamics. It's also a good chapter, and the weightage is 10 marks. It is paid, and 5 marks 2 questions they will be asking from thermodynamics. And the seventh one in physical chemistry is equilibrium, and good chapter. It's a very big chapter, and it comprises of 12 marks. 5 marks 2 questions, and 1 mark 2 questions. Sorry, it is 11. It is 11 marks. 5 marks 2 questions and 1 mark 1 question. And the 8th chapter is redox reaction. One of the type of reaction that you have studied in SSLC itself, redox reaction, the combination of oxidation and reduction reactions. And it's a simple chapter. I want to worry more regarding this. They will ask for 4 marks and 3 mark 1 question and 1 mark very short answer question will be asked from this chapter. And 9th one is hydrogen, and it will be asked for 3 marks and 3 marks 1 simple question. And 10th one is S block elements. First group and second group elements, we call it as S block elements that we study in the periodic table. So S block elements, the weightage is 6 marks. 1 mark 1 question, 2 mark 1 question, and 3 mark 1 question. And in case of some P block elements, the next one that is in inorganic, some P block elements, that means in P block, we will be having 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 groups. Totally 6 groups are there. From group 13 to group 18, we call them as P block elements. But in case of first PUC, we will be focusing only on group 13 and group 14 elements itself. Clear? And whereas group 15, 16, 17, and 18 we will be studying in your next year, that is second year PUC. Yeah? So the weightage is 7 marks. 2 questions from 1 marks, 1 question each from 2, 3 and marks. Clear? So the next one we will come for organic chemistry, that means carbon related compounds, and we have only 3 chapters in organic chemistry. The first one is some basic principles and techniques of organic chemistry. This is regarding the basics of organic chemistry, what we need to know. It's a big chapter and it comprises of 11 marks, 1 marks, 1 question, and 5 marks 2 questions. We have some problems, numerical problems in this chapter. And second one is hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are the compounds which consist of carbon and hydrogen majorly. Their preparation, their chemical reactions, and the weightage of that chapter is 10 marks. It is 1 question 1 mark and 2 questions from 2 marks and 1 question from 5 marks. Clear? And the last one is environmental chemistry. The weightage is only 2 marks, and there will be a 1 question from 2 marks each. Clear? So the whole 14th chapter consists of 105 marks, for which you have to attend only for 70 marks. The rest 35 marks is of options. Clear? What I have mentioned here, 5 by 8 means that you need to answer only 5 questions out of 8. 5 by 8 means the same thing. 3 marks questions you need to attend only 5 out of 8, and not only 5, that means you need to attend minimum of 5. Clear? And in case of 5 marks, there will be 11 questions and you need to answer 7 out of them. So totally 120 hours of teaching it requires, and 105 marks it will be. So you need to answer only for 70 marks, and the rest 30 marks is for your practical examination. This is regarding the chapters and 3 parts of chemistry, the marks distribution for your first year PU chemistry, and we will be continue regarding from the first chapter in the next classes. Thank you, students.